Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we dig into the sources, pull out the really compelling stuff, and lay it all out for you. Today, we're doing something pretty special. We're taking a deep dive into the life of one individual, someone truly remarkable who's really shaped generations. We're talking about Katina. She's a 48-year-old female orca at SeaWorld Orlando, a real matriarch. And Katina, she's not just, an animal we observe. Her story is about dominance, performance, motherhood. It gives us these incredible insights into orca families, their behaviors, and, well, the whole complex reality of life over decades in human care. I mean, the name Shamu probably rings a bell for a lot of you, right? Katina's story is that legacy, really. It spans decades.
It really does.
Yeah.
And her age, 48, well, it's striking. She's one of the oldest orcas in human care, certainly as a matriarch of such a prominent group. And this is just a number 48 years. It gives researchers so much data. It lets us look at long-term health, social dynamics in this setting. It challenges some maybe older ideas about how long they could live in parks or if these multi-generational groups could really work long-term. Her life's basically a living case study. It keeps going.
Exactly. So our mission here is to unpack the key bits of info from the sources you've shared. We want to trace Katina's amazing journey and really the dynasty she's built. So get ready, her story. It's got layers, a lot of layers. Okay, let's start with really getting a feel for Katina herself, her presence, her personality. Like we said, 48 years old. She's the senior matriarch, the dominant orca in Orlando, no question. But there's more, right? She's also got this other major title, the most successful breeding female in captivity ever. She's given birth to 7 calves. 7. That's huge. Foundational.
Yeah, and her personality, it's documented pretty thoroughly in the sources, and it seems quite remarkable. It probably explains a lot about her success, her longevity. She's described as having this very loving nature, and she apparently formed this really deep, trusting bond with her trainers over the years. The sources are explicit. Never shown any aggression to her trainers. Think about that. For an animal with that power over that much time.
Wow, that's incredible.
It is. And within the pod, yes, she's the boss. But usually she's seen as like relaxed, calm. But she can also, put them in their place or discipline the younger ones when needed. It sounds like nuanced leadership, not just brute force.
So she's not just in charge, she's like the social glue, the emotional core, and
Yeah.
taking care of calves that aren't even hers.
Exactly that. You see her with, well, pretty much any member of the pod.
Yeah.
She's central to keeping things, running smoothly. And her maternal instinct, it really stands out. It's not just for her own. She's been a surrogate mother to several calves, stepping in, guiding youngsters. And she'll babysit other orcas' calves, too. It paints this picture of a really nurturing figure right at the center. Her influence spreads through the whole group. We see this kind of thing, alloparenting, in wild orcas. Seeing it so consistently with Katina in this environment, it tells us a lot about how adaptable these social structures are.
It's fascinating, that calm, maternal side. But the sources also paint her as a powerhouse performer, a very energetic whale, putting all her effort into shows. And this part really got me. She's by far the highest jumper in Orlando. At her age, that's something else.
Oh, absolutely. That jumping ability, it says a lot about her physical condition, her engagement, the care she's received over decades. It's impressive. And her repertoire was huge. Lots of dry work behaviors,
Yeah.
trainers on the deck. And importantly, waterworks behaviors too. Trainers actually in the water with the orcas.
Oh, right.
The sources mentioned this was before that stopped in 2010. Safety protocols changed. So she's performed across different eras of these shows.
And performed with different family members too, right? Like Tilikum.
Yeah, she performed with the Tilikum and with her own calves, Taku and Una, when they were young. And even later, she still interacted with Tilikum when her youngest, Makayo, was little. Her whole life seems tangled up with how marine mammal care and public display have evolved.
It's amazing to hear about her spirit, her performances. But to really grasp her impact, we have to look at the family, her legacy. Her journey as a mother kicked off with the birth that, well, it basically changed the game for captive orcas. September 26, 1985, she gives birth to Kalina. And Kalina became iconic as the first successful calf born in captivity.
That birth, Kalina's birth, it was huge in marine mammal circles. Before her, getting orcas to breed successfully in parks was really difficult. People questioned if it was even sustainable long term. Kalina's arrival wasn't just one success. It was like, okay, maybe this is possible. Multi-generational breeding. She quickly got the nickname Original Baby Shamu. That probably triggers memories for a lot of listeners, right? Whole era of fascination, maybe even changing opinions about these animals.
Yeah, definitely.
Her existence kind of validated the breeding programs back then. It opened the door for everything that came after.
And wow, did things come after. Her lineage just exploded. It really shows Katina's role. Kalina, the original baby Shamu, she went on to have 4 calves herself. Keto, Tuar, and Skyla.
And here's where it gets really interesting, tracing it down the line.
Yeah.
Katina's a great-great-grandmother. Yeah. It happened through Kalia. That was Keith's first calf. Kalia gave birth to Amaya back on December 2, 2014. When you connect the dots, it's not just a family tree. It shows the massive impact one successful breeding female can have in a managed population. You just don't get this kind of detailed tracking in the wild. It gives us invaluable data on genetics, social learning across generations, how well these breeding programs are working.
It's incredible the number of whales alive today because of her.
It really is. Testament to the record keeping, the sustained effort.
But like any long life, Katina's story isn't just success. There's complexity lost too. Let's talk about her other calves. Her second calf, Katarina, born November 4th, 1988. Sadly, she passed away May 5, 1999.
Yeah, losing Katarina relatively young, just 11, it highlights that even in these managed settings, things can happen. Vulnerabilities exist. While the aim is always optimal health, mortality happens. And these events, sadly, provide important data for understanding orca health over time. Her third calf was her first son, Taku, born September 9th, 1993. Taku actually became a father himself. He had 2 calves, Trua and Nalani, before he passed away on October 17, 2007. And the sources specifically mention he had a really close bond with Katina, his mother.
Right, and that closeness, it becomes pretty important later on, doesn't it? We'll circle back to that. Okay, fourth calf, Una, born December 27, 1996. And there's something interesting about her birth.
Yeah, another orca, Taima, actually helped Katina during Una's delivery and right after, assisting with care.
Huh, like an auntie.
Exactly. It's a fascinating look at their social dynamics. We see this kind of alloparental care, these auntie figures in wild pods, other females helping the mother. So seeing Taima step in like that in this setting, it says a lot about their social smarts, their capacity for cooperation, even under human care. It reinforces what we know about their natural instincts.
Wow. Una, though, she also passed away, didn't she? December 24th, 2015.
Yes, she did.
So, beyond these internal pod dynamics, some of these lives really crossed over into the public eye, didn't they? Katina's 5th calf, Ikaika.
Right, Ikaiga, born August 25, 2002. His start was pretty public. His pregnancy was actually featured on that Animal Planet show, That's My Baby, one of 4 orca pregnancies they followed.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah. It's a good point because it shows how fascinated people were, and still are, how these animals' lives became part of our stories. Shows like that, they kind of humanize the orcas for a lot of people. Build connection, wonder. It really highlights that mix of animal care, public education, entertainment, and how it shaped public views for a while.
Okay, now let's get into something that's, well, definitely remarkable and maybe surprising for some listeners. Katina's 6th calf, Nalani, born September 18th, 2006. And Nalani is significant because she was the first inbred calf to be born in captivity.
That's correct.
And just to be crystal clear, her father was Taku, who was also her half-brother since they shared Katina as a mother. We mentioned Katina and Taku were reportedly close. And Nalani was Taku's second calf. This wasn't just biology. It points to either a specific management choice or maybe something unintended in the breeding program then.
Well, the situation with Nalani, it definitely raises some really important questions, scientifically and for managing breeding programs. What's really fascinating, though, is how Nalani developed, despite the inbreeding, which usually makes you worry about genetic problems, right?
Yeah.
Recessive genes popping up.
Yeah, absolutely.
The sources say Nalani has not shown any signs of falling behind and is a very smart and playful whale.
Really? That's surprising.
It is.
Yeah.
It really challenges the standard thinking about inbreeding depression, doesn't it? Makes you stop and think.
It really does. You wonder, is it just a fluke? Is the care she received maybe mitigating genetic risks? Or maybe does it suggest orcas have more genetic resilience than we thought, at least in these environments?
Exactly. It forces us to re-examine assumptions. It's a crucial data point for geneticists, for conservationists planning captive breeding, managing small gene pools. It highlights that while, you generally want to avoid inbreeding, individual outcomes can sometimes defy the odds. It definitely prompts more research into genetic viability, that whole complex mix of genes and environment in managed care. It's still discussed in marine mammal science.
That's a really powerful point about the complexities here. Okay, let's round out Katina's incredible family tree. Her 7th and most recent calf, Makayo, born October 9, 2010. And the timing. quite poignant. He arrived just days after Katina's oldest calf, Kalina, passed away. Talk about the circle of life.
Yeah, it's a powerful moment, isn't it? Continuity.
Yeah.
A new life, right, as another significant one ended. And a nice detail. His name, Makayo, was chosen by the public in a poll. It means gift of God in Hawaiian.
Oh, that's lovely.
It adds this nice touch, reflects the human connection people felt. And Makayo, of course, carries Katina's legacy forward today. Her impact keeps going.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, it's just so clear how immense Katina's impact has been in so many ways. Her story is just one of resilience, isn't it? Dominant matriarch, mother of 7, dedicated performer, nearly 5 decades navigating life in captivity. She's truly shaped generations of orcas. A living legend, really.
Couldn't agree more. And if you connect her specific story to the bigger picture, her long, complex life, all the unique family dynamics, the public watching for decades, it offers invaluable lessons. Her journey teaches us about orca resilience, their incredible ability to adapt, even in human care, and critically, the huge responsibility we have in managing these complex, intelligent beings. Her story is just this living testament to the ongoing saga of orcas in our world. It gives us insights we just couldn't get from wild populations in the same way.
It truly does. So, thinking about Katina's 48 years, her incredible lineage stretching across generations, what do you think is the biggest takeaway from her life? For Katina herself, maybe, or for how we understand the orca world? What does her enduring presence tell us about nature, nurture, and our role in their stories? Something to think about.